Your Honor, my client is a young black man. Your Honor, my client, he's not really impossible to understand. So I ask you to try, just as I have to trust what I know, where I stand in relationship to this remarkable young black man. He's enjoying the day on the street. He's heading in no particular direction. He's following the drift of his feet, but his beeper goes off and his girlfriend's number comes up. And because he hopes, of course, to keep her, this girlfriend, the mother of his first and only child, a 7-month-old, a baby daughter he's wild to protect and to hold, my client is not inclined to delay or to scoff at the sudden alarm. So he does what he believes a black man ought to do. He calls this young lady to inquire, to make sure that no harm has befallen her out of the blue. Your Honor, he's not really impossible to understand. He's just this minute back from a second term in jail for a couple of wobblers with little or no reason, except that this man is a natural born leader. And as you probably know, it's always open season on a young black man set up to fail. I apologize if I digress. To get back to the point, my client, he's recently released. I guess you could say he's just back from the joint. And his girlfriend, well, clearly he needs her. She's waited for him, and she wants him right now. Over the phone, she tells him she can't find her son. Immigration has taken him somewhere as bait. She's screaming and crying, she's completely undone. Maybe she should hide, maybe he should bring her a gun. What if they come to the house for the baby girl too? Your Honor, my client, he's a young black man. Your Honor, my client, he's not really impossible to understand. He's familiar with the terror of the armies of the state. He will do whatever he must, whatever he can. And he doesn't know why, and he doesn't know how. But he'll rush to his girlfriend and chill out all her fears. He'll rescue a boy and stop all her tears. He's racing to stand there in front of her face. Now here is where I would say it's a cultural thing. Momentarily, my client strays from the path on his way. He snatches 2 bottles of beer.
Messed up again. I'm feeling consuelo. The court won't allow me to speak. I'm supposed to be vicious, but humble and weak.
2 bottles of beer, one for his girlfriend, and another one he figures will help him to calm things down. But then there's a crowd and he can't wait around just to pay for 2 bottles of beer. 2 cold 40s from a local convenience store. Okay, he steals them, $4.39 worth of ice cold brew. He's thinking this has been a hell of a day for him and his girlfriend. And 2 bottles of beer is not more than he's due. Your Honor, my client, he's a young black man. Your Honor, my client, he's not really impossible to understand. They've stolen a child, he's taken 2 beers, 3 strikes, and he's facing 45 years.
Go, Rick, but you're wasting your time.
And one witness claims that my client
2 bottles of
allegedly
beer?
he almost took away her breath.
That's not the crime.
But there was no injury.
I am the criminal.
There is no
Check
death.
out my skin. Talk all
And
you
who
want,
has
but I
he
just
hurt?
can't win.
And what will we
The
lose
court
if
won't
the
allow
law
me to
was inert?
speak.
which is what you
I'm
may
supposed to be
choose.
vicious.
Your Honor, my
humble and
client,
weak.
he's a young black man. Your Honor, my client, he's not really impossible to understand. It's a cultural thing, his rage and his petty mistake. 2 bottles of beer, and his life's now at stake. I give you $5 to cover the brew. It's a bargain for $5, for $5. The court got me through with my client. Or if all of us lose, we spend $25,000 a year for the rest of his life, incarcerated for 2 bottles of beer.